Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here today. My name is Sujay, and I'll be your presenter for this talk. The tool that I'll be describing in this talk is called Schematic, short for Schema Engine for Manifest Ingress and Curation. It seeks to standardize the process of curating biomedical datasets by supporting annotation, validation, and submission of metadata. Let me give you some background as to what motivated the development of this solution. The FAIR data principles of findability, accessibility, interoperability, and reusability are guidelines that enable better data management and reuse of scholarly data. In the omics era of the life sciences, we are producing information on various levels of biological systems like genomic, transcriptomic, proteomic, and others where the data is big. As one example, the Human Tumor Atlas Network or HTAN initiative currently has approximately 130 terabytes and counting of omic, clinical, and imaging data. An important aspect that is vital to making omics data reusable is retaining the full experimental details used to generate the data, which is why metadata in omics is so important. In the context of schematic, there are three main steps that are part of a typical biomedical data curation lifecycle. They are annotation, validation, and submission of metadata. First, some background as to why annotation is important. Experimental data is typically annotated by the biologist or researcher who is responsible for running an assay. Different researchers may annotate data from the same assay differently, and this lack of standardization can cause problems creating downstream QC pipelines, visualizations, dashboards, etc. So, to ensure that the data are annotated in a standardized way, in step 1, Schematic provides researchers with a spreadsheet interface with pre filled columns for a specific data type for annotation. For example, a spreadsheet for patient biospecimen metadata. In the context of schematic, a data type is any relatively high-level biomedical component, such as an assay data and patient demographics data component. Step 2 is to validate the metadata to ensure that they haven't missed any critically useful information that is necessary to correctly interpret the dataset. Finally, step 3 is to correctly associate this metadata file with the dataset containing the information described in the metadata file. Depending on the level of proficiency of users, Schematic provides a couple of ways in which users can leverage its functionalities. Biologists with some exposure to using the command line can use Schematic's command line interface or CLI to interact with the tool, while other, more seasoned programmers can use it as a Python library. For the purposes of this talk, we'll take a quick look at a few screenshots of what the results look like when we execute some of these CLI utilities. Currently, the only data repository supported by Schematic is Synapse, so all of its utilities are built considering Synapse is where the user wants to store their datasets. The Schematic tool is distributed as a Python package, so the installation process is running a simple pip install. Most of the functionalities in Schematic are built around a central schema.org based ontology with entities, properties, and relationships that can describe various biomedical objects. Before we get into the various steps of the data curation lifecycle, we need to make sure we have the right set of credentials and configuration files that are necessary for Schematic to work. Follow the documentation to make sure you have the right configuration. If you recall, the first step in the data curation lifecycle is annotation. So the command that you can run to generate the Google Sheet interface for a specific data type is shown on this slide. The result is a Google Sheet with standard columns for annotating a patient biospecimen dataset. Here, we come to the second component of the data curation lifecycle, validation. You can see validation features like drop-downs restricting values for a column and color schemes indicating required versus optional fields. After filling out this manifest file, the user can download it as a CSV file. The user can then validate their dataset using the manifest validate utility by running the command as shown. This triggers the creation of JSON validation schemas, which are used by Schematic on the backend to further validate the manifest files. There are validation rules that are specific to certain biomedical data types that are applied to the manifest files to check for their correctness. If your data is valid, you will get a message from the tool indicating the same, or else you will see a detailed error message with the errors in your manifest file before submitting it. The last and final step of the data curation lifecycle is submission, which is associating your manifest file with the dataset that it is describing on Synapse. You can do that by following the command shown on this slide. As you can see, the way Schematic seeks to solve the lack of standardization in biomedical data curation is by breaking down the process into annotation, validation, and submission of metadata, and by providing users with different ways to interact with the tool so they can achieve the above. Schematic uses ontologies to ensure accuracy and consistency to enable data discovery and reusability. Schemas and data models can be automatically created in a project-specific manner, which are leveraged by the tool's core functionalities, thereby making the tool robust and scalable, in addition to maintaining consistency. Thank you.